Hey guys, it's Nick with Urban Farm Boys. Oh my gosh, I've missed you guys. It's been like 2 weeks since my last video. How's everybody doing? How are you guys? I really have missed you. I'm sorry that it's taken a minute. I'm back. First of all, are you blinded? Are you blinded by some golden, beautiful thing here? Oh, well, I'm not even sorry about it, because this is my medal. It is my medal from the New York City Marathon, which I ran on November 5th and completed. And I pretty much just want to wear this medal every day for the rest of my life. Also, I have a hat from the marathon. Oh my gosh, 10-year-long dream achieved. So I'm going to be keeping my medal on tonight while I chat with you guys, and I'll tell you more about the marathon in a little bit. But I wanted to say hi. If this is your first time seeing one of my videos, hello and welcome. I do a lot of crochet related content here on YouTube, as well as plant content, homesteading, all sorts of things. But occasionally I do videos that I've dubbed Crochet and Chill, where I do exactly that and just chat with you guys while I crochet. It's kind of an indicator that like this is not a specific topic, like it's just me hanging out chatting with you guys. And that's what I'm going to do tonight. So it's going to be a little chatty. We'll see how long we go. But then I also realized, what if I want to do a longer, like chatty style, kind of vlog style video, but I'm not actually actively crocheting? Should I title the video like vlog or something? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. So we're going to call this Crochet and Chill. I've got some crocheting to do, but I also just wanted to catch up with you guys and chat and show you some stuff, because I've been gone from YouTube for a couple weeks, but I've been doing a lot of things. And so that's just what we're going to do tonight. So settle in, hang out, find a project. It's been a day, so I got myself some apple juice right here. And we're just going to hang out and chat. I got lots of things to tell you and show you, and do you want to see my medal again? I guess I should start by addressing my absence. It's only been 2 weeks, guys, but I wanted to post like 2 or 3 videos a week the last 2 weeks, and that just didn't happen. So there's a few reasons for that. If you've been following me, you know I'm in school. I'm in nurse practitioner school. It's really busy. It's been really busy. I'm in my final semester where I learn everything about adult health, taking care of adults. So it's been quite busy, and I feel like I've kind of gone over the peak. So we're gonna hopefully coast down to the end of the semester. I have about a month left. Most of the big and crazy and busy stuff is done. My clinical rotations are going good. I'm nearly finished with those. So I think we're on the decline here, but it was busy the last couple weeks. Also, I was preparing for and then running the New York City Marathon, which was amazing. That was 2 weekends ago, and it consumed my entire weekend, so you guys got no video then. And then the recovery was many days long, and I just didn't have the energy really to do anything except relax and recover. So that was that. Simultaneously, there was an election. My channel here is, I think I'm very open and honest with my crochet content. I try to focus more on like specific topics, but this is a little bit more of a me hanging out and chatting video. And anybody who follows me probably knows that the results of the election were not what I was hoping for. So yeah, that was not super fun. It's like this huge buildup and then a disappointing result and then like recovery from that. So what's cool about things like the crochet community on YouTube, the plant community, is that these are things that bond people from all walks of life, all countries, all ethnicities, all colors, all flavors, and so I don't want my channel to be too political. But anybody who knows me knows this is not what we were hoping for here. So there's been a little bit of that too, which kind of makes you lose your motivation to do anything. So, but anyway, we'll just move on from that one. So, and then I had another work week. So now we're back. I've been working on a lot of things in the background, and I thought I would just chat with you guys, show you some stuff. If I was, you know, a prudent YouTuber who is trying to gain likes and followers and all those things, I would probably make a separate video for each of these topics to try to get more people to watch and subscribe and all of that, but I'm not feeling that. I just wanted to hang out and do a low-key video today with minimal editing and just chat with you guys and show you some stuff. So I'm hanging out in my plant room. My plants are doing really good. They are thirsty. My grow lights are working really well. So these plants are thirsty, so they already need a water. They're going to have to wait until the weekend, which is a few days away, to get some water. But the plant room is thriving. And I have some yarny stuff here. So some stuff I wanted to tell you guys, things I'm working on, things I'm going to show you more in depth in the coming couple of weeks when I have a little bit more time. Temperature blanket 2024. I'm going to show you guys a little sneak peek because we are on track to finish. This is, what is today? The 12th of November. I just finished today's row while I was in a Zoom meeting. So these are my first 12 days of November. And I am on track to finish. I am, as of today, absolutely caught up with the year. I'm going to finish. And lately I've been thinking about how I want to join all these squares together because I've been doing a square every month and I have to join them. So I watched a great video about, it was a join as you go method. I can't remember her name, the YouTuber, but I'll link it below. Be Hooked, I think is her name, Be Hooked Crochet. Yeah, Be Hooked Crochet. She did a great video on like a join as you go border, which I think is what I am going to do to join all of these. So I have all of my entire 2024 temperature blanket is made using Loops and Threads soft classic acrylic yarn. And this is the color Mushroom, I think. Yep. This is not part of my blanket, but I would like to use it to join everybody together. Mushroom is a good descriptor for this color, like button mushrooms. I don't know. It's somewhere between an off-white and a gray. And I just ordered some more of it because I'm gonna need, this is the only skein that I have, but I know I'm gonna need more of it. So I am going to start probably this week joining all of my squares because what I would like to do is when I'm finished with December, the whole blanket will be basically put together and I'll just have to add December. I think I'm going to do a border around the whole blanket and then it'll be done, and I want to show it to you guys as soon as possible in January. So it's time to start joining everybody together. So I'm really excited about that. Just ordered some more of this. And here's November. I'm going to, so I haven't done an everything I crocheted this month video for October. I don't know if I did one in September. I think I was supposed to get back on track with monthly and then I didn't. So I have to do, maybe next week I'll show you everything I crocheted in September and October. I always show my temperature squares in those videos. But if you've seen previous ones, you'll see these colors are quite a bit darker than you would expect them to be for November. It has been unseasonably warm, historically warm, and very dry. We have not had rain here in months and months and months and months. And now there's forest fires all over. There's forest fires, or there were this week, in the Bronx. Was it the Bronx Zoo? It was Van Cortlandt Park. In the Bronx, there was a forest fire in Brooklyn. Like, these are places in New York City where you don't have forest fires. And around us, there is currently burning a pretty big forest fire at Greenwood Lake, which is not far from us. And north of us, there's, so super dry, super warm, but it makes for a pretty square. So I'm excited to see how November rounds out, and then we'll just have December left. So there's that. So you'll see November now. You won't even see September and October until a week or two from now. But anyway, I'm going to start putting my blanket together this week. Before I do that, I'm going to film maybe a portion of a video, because I want to show every square individually before they're connected, so that I can put everything together in one like summary video. So I'm going to do that with all of my squares that are finished this week, and then I'm going to start connecting them, and then once it's done, I will have like a start to finish video for you guys. So that'll be really fun. Do you guys want to see my medal again? I'll show it to you just in case you wanted to see it again. Isn't it pretty? So what else have I been doing while I haven't been filming? I've been working on some bigger blankets. You guys know I got obsessed with the Karen Anniversary Cakes yarn, and I made one blanket, and now I'm making a second blanket, and I have more yarn to make a third blanket. So I've been doing a lot with that. I also am working on a blanket for Andrew, which is going to be quite big. So those are taking quite a bit of my time, so I'm not maybe producing as many items as rapidly as in the previous months, but I'm working on both of those and wanting to do other projects at the same time. So I told myself I am finishing my 2024 temperature blanket, and I'm not doing a 2025. Period. And then I started looking around on Instagram and Reddit and all these things, getting some ideas and seeing some cool things people have done. And then like 2 days ago, I accidentally ordered like 40 skeins of yarn to do a 2025 temperature blanket. So I'm gonna do one. I really like it. It's given me something consistent to work on throughout the year. I'm not going to tell you guys a whole lot about my 2025 temperature blanket yet, because I'm going to make a whole video about it. But 2024 was a granny square project. Every month has been a big granny square. And my 2025 temperature blanket is also going to be a granny square blanket. But it's not going to be like this. So I'll leave you with that little crochet related cliffhanger, but I ordered some fun yarns, and these colors, as I've mentioned multiple times in previous videos, I made this blanket, or I've been making this blanket with yarns that I had at the beginning of the year when I very first started crocheting. And they're fine, but there's a lot of things I will do differently next year. So I think I've leveled up, and I'm really kind of excited about the 2025 plan. So my yarn is coming in the next couple of days, and then I'll make a video to tell you guys everything I want to do for next year. And as I said, I'm also going to do like a complete start to finish how-to temperature blanket. Not a whole lot of people, I don't think, make temperature blankets the way I have this year, where every month is its own square, and then you just join your 12 squares. I'm not the first. I got this idea from somebody on the internet, but I'm going to make a whole video about that, start to finish, like how to even conceptualize it and then how you do it. So if you're interested in that, make sure you're subscribed so you can see that video when it comes out. So that's my temperature blanket updates for the last couple of weeks. I've also, I think if you guys saw my most recent couple of videos, I went to the New York Sheep and Wool Festival in Rhinebeck last month already, and I got fully obsessed with fibers and spinning my own yarn, and I made a couple of videos about that, I think. So I've worked on, you can check, I'll link them in my description. I have at least one, if not two videos about that. I have a couple that I'm like in the process of finishing, so I can't remember how many I've posted, but I've done a little bit of spinning, not too much since the last video because I've been really busy. But I spun my first what do you call this? This is a drop spindle, and I made yarn on it and plied it and washed it and dried it and turned it into a granny square. So I don't know if I've shown that on YouTube yet. I know I posted it on my community tab, but my very first yarn spinning experience was fun and interesting, and this was the granny square that I made from it. I can't remember if I posted my video about this yet, so if you've seen it before, I apologize. Guys, I've been making granny squares. I cannot count how many granny squares I've made in the last year. I'm pretty good at it. This one looks hideous, but it was my yarn. My yarn is inconsistent and uneven. You can barely even tell that this is a granny square. But I'm so proud of it because this used to live on a sheep, and I turned it into a granny square. So I will keep this forever and ever as my memory of my very first yarn spinning experience. I posted a whole video showing you guys all the wool that I bought at the Sheep and Wool Festival, but I started with this Jacob wool that I got. I got, how much? Half a pound for $10. And I bought a bunch, but this was the cheapest of everything I bought, so I was like, let me start cheap. And once I get a little bit better, I'll dive into the slightly more expensive stuff that I bought. But maybe a week ago, or two maybe, started spinning another, what is the term? Another bobbin? No. Another one of these, drop spindling some more yarn. And this is my result, and this is actually plied already, so I spun it, and this is the plied result, so it's 2-ply, and I have to wash it, dry it, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do another granny square just to, it's like a quantitative like progression. See how my yarn looks by how my granny squares look. But this is plied, and it's so much better. You guys, you should have seen it when it was just single ply. It's much thinner plies, it's much more even, it's much more consistent. This is my 2-ply yarn, and even it looks really consistent. Thick, right? But I like thick yarn. I don't want super thin yarn. I don't know if you can see. Maybe here at the bottom you can see how thick it is. So it looks almost like a, kind of like a worsted weight yarn. And that's what I like to use. So I'm really happy with this one. I think I'm getting better. So we're gonna, there's not a whole lot of it. I'm not sure. I think I have more on this one than I had to make this one, because basically I only had enough yarn to make one fugly granny square. So we'll see. But I'm excited about this one. So that's going well. I also bought a thing. I bought a niddy noddy. Is that what it's called? A niddy noddy, I think. Because all the videos tell you you need to have one. So I got one. It's from Ashford. Big yarn company from New Zealand. Why do I need this? I'm not 100% sure, because when I was done with this yarn, I just unspooled it from the drop spindle and wrapped it around, like literally held it in my hand and wrapped it around my elbow. And then that was all I did. Then I washed it, then I hung it from a hanger. I don't know. But they say you're supposed to have one of these, so I ordered one of these, and they serve the same purpose as your arm, I guess, except they can stay long term. I'm not sure. Guys, I wanted it. I ordered it. I got it. So I'm really excited. I want to do more. I have 3 drop spindles. This one is actually 3D printed. And I'm digging it, and I feel like I'm just used to this one now. I'd like to try the other ones. One of them is a Turkish spindle. I don't know if I'm ready to change my spinning perspective yet, but anyway, I'm having a lot of fun with this, and there's lots more to do. I feel like learning how to spin your own yarn on a drop spindle is the way you should start, but it's quite time consuming. I think it's the cheap economic way to see if you like spinning your own yarn before you invest in a spindle that costs hundreds and hundreds or more of dollars. And I like it, and I want to get better at it, and I want to keep going. But if I do like it, I would like to maybe get a spindle, like a real one. I've seen a really cool one from Ashford as well, like a regular one. And then I've seen some e-spindles, which seems like the most efficient way to make your own yarn. But I like the idea of like the spindle with the wheel and your feet, the pedals and all that. So maybe in the coming months, if this goes well, I'm gonna get a regular spindle, maybe. So the spinning is going. I haven't had enough time to play with it yet, but I'll show you in an upcoming video what my granny square looks like that I make with this, because I think it's gonna look infinitely better than the last one. So that's my spinning update. If anyone wants to see my model again, it's right here. And if anyone wants to donate, so I did run the New York City Marathon in collaboration with the World Wildlife Fund, an amazing charity organization that does really great things for the planet that we all share. I have to raise $3,000 for them, and they actually allow me to continue raising money until the end of November. Anything that I have not raised, I will be charged for. So I think I've raised about $2,000 out of my $3,000. I still need another $1,000. So I'm going to put the link below if anybody wants to donate. None of this money goes to me. It all goes directly to the World Wildlife Fund. I achieved my dream, but if you guys would like to contribute to it, check the description for the link. It's tax deductible, and you're helping to save the planet, and you're helping to make me not spend $1,000 on a marathon. But anyway, just wanted to add that. So yeah, there's been a lot of projects. The big blankets are taking quite a lot of time, but I've done quite a few smaller things. I've been doing some fun stuff for Christmas, and I'm also going to save that. I'm going to make a separate video about that. It's coming very, very soon, so make sure you're subscribed. But I have been making stockings for our mantle. I actually have already made them. I made 4. One for me, one for Andrew, and one for each of our dogs, Luca and Tucker. And then I ordered these wooden name tags. They're like cursive carved name tags. I found them on Etsy, which I'm going to attach. They should be arriving in a couple of days. And we have these cute crocheted stockings on our mantle now, which is really cute. And then I've also been looking into some different ideas for crocheted Christmas tree decorations. So I've made quite a few of those too, and I'll show you guys. I'm actually really excited about it. I have a dedicated. We do not have our Christmas decorations out quite yet. It's not even Thanksgiving, so we all need to chill. Except I've been working on the Christmas projects because they take a long time. So I bought a little Norfolk Island pine, like a Christmas tree that's like 2 feet long. And theoretically you can keep them alive all year or plant them out in your yard. It's in soil, so it's now a house plant, but I've been decorating it with crocheted ornaments, which don't take very long to make. So as I get a little bit of time, I've been making an ornament here and there. So I'm going to show you guys that in a very near future video. So Andrew likes them too. There's the potential that stuff like that can look very like homemade, DIY, not cute, but I think I'm doing everything in a pretty good way. So stay tuned for a Christmas crochet video. And then I also here and there have bought some yarn and have been just kind of experimenting with things. Do you guys ever feel that way, like when you're working on a big project that you just want to take a break from it and do something else? So I bought some yarn over the last few weeks, including I bought this Lion brand Woolies Thick and Quick yarn recently. I think I was at Joann, and I bought two skeins of this guy, which I haven't used yet, but it's really pretty. I think I was inspired after I started spinning my own wool that I was like, well, let me try some commercial wool yarns and see what I think about them, because my thoughts about wool is that it's actually itchy and I don't like it. But I had to give it another chance. So these are not new. They've been around for a long time. But this is actually 80% acrylic and 20% wool. It's a 6 super bulky skein, and each one of these is 5 ounces or 140 grams, and you get 87 yards or 80 meters. And they recommend a 9mm crochet hook. This colorway is called Coney Island. And then I bought another one. So this is a little bit more like yellow, orange, brown, green. They had another one. I can't remember what it's called. But it was a little bit more kind of primary colors. So I bought one skein of this. If you guys saw in one of my recent videos, I had made a scarf out of a random skein of yarn where I just did like this corner to corner open block stitch, which I'm going to scrape my microphone here, but it can turn into like a simple little scarf. So I just wanted to try this out. So one day I did this, and this is what I got from the skein. So it's actually not that big. These are not very big skeins. It would have been a better scarf if I had 2 skeins. But it's pretty, and I like it, and it got me kind of like, okay, maybe wool is okay. So I'm gonna have to probably buy some more of this to finish it off. Or, you know, maybe I'll just frog it back and start with something else, but I like these colors too. So I think with 2 skeins of this, I can make a scarf out of it. And it's very thick and it is soft, not itchy. So that was one little thing that I did. And then tonight, actually, I had a lecture for school, but it was on Zoom tonight. So I was at home. It was a 3-hour lecture. And I had bought a while back, I don't remember how long ago, I had bought this Hometown yarn, also from Lion brand. I saw this, I think it was at Joann, and I had bought, how much did I buy? Maybe 2 skeins of it. This is 100% acrylic yarn. Each skein is 8 ounces or 227 grams, and you get 129 yards or 118 meters. 6 super bulky. They recommend a 9mm crochet hook for this as well. For this guy, I used a 10, and I would absolutely recommend a 10. It's really thick yarn. But I had this in my office, and I was in the office for my Zoom lecture, and I finished up this guy during the first part of the lecture. And I was like, well, what else should I do? I don't have anything nearby, but I had this. So I was like, you know what? I would like to make a scarf, but maybe not with the open block stitch. Maybe I'll just do something solid. And I like the corner to corner, and it's actually really easy for making things like scarves. So I opened up one of my 2 skeins. And by the way, I didn't zoom in. This colorway is called Salem Creek. It's very, very pretty. It's grays and pinks. I love the combination of gray and pink. I always have. I don't know why. It's a thick yarn. It's got a bit of a halo. It's super, super soft. Very sort of slippery on your hook. Really nice feeling. And it's got like 2 or 3 shades of gray. Some kind of matte pink, muted pink, and then even a little bit of black in there. And I thought it was really pretty. I love the combination of pink and gray. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought maybe I would make like another stocking or something. And then I was like, you know what, let me just see if I can make a scarf. So this is what I did during my class. I started my scarf. So it's interesting if you look at it from far away, it just looks mostly gray. But this is just the open block stitch, rectangular. So which corner did I start in? I think this one. And you just build it at a diagonal, and I did 10 blocks across, and then you just start extending it up. So this is fairly dense, so for this I used a 9mm crochet hook, and this is how far I've gotten. So it'll be this wide, and I'm just going to make it longer and longer and longer, and then close it up. So I think for a scarf, this was 1 full skein. Like I just did it until the skein ended. And it's probably 18 inches long, maybe. And maybe 10 or close to 12 inches in width. So this is going to be a Christmas present for somebody. Specifically, I know who, but I won't say just in case they watch this. But I love the pattern. I love the open block stitch. I love the color of the yarn. It's definitely a gray scarf, but there's all these subtle pink highlights in it. And it's soft, and it's cozy, and it's squishy, and I think it'll be warm. And so yeah, I did this tonight. My class was 3 hours, but I was doing a lot of things for part of the class. So this probably took me 2 hours to do. So I think I'm going to need 3 skeins to get it as long as I want it. So maybe a 6-hour project. So anyway, that's that. Those are the little things that I've been doing. I've also been, like I said, doing a lot of the Christmas stuff, which I'll show you guys soon. I haven't had a whole lot of time to work on either of my 2 big blanket projects that I've been working on. And I want to do more spinning, so, you know, there's a lot happening. But I have a month left of class, and then I have, I think, a month off for the winter. So hopefully I can get some time to relax. I'm still working full-time, but, you know, only working full-time gives me a lot more free time than when I'm also a full-time student plus. So that's what I've been up to. I just wanted to chat with you guys and hang out and take it easy and do something easy. Oh my God, I forgot my final thing. My final thing. I ordered something that I've been wanting forever. Not forever, but for months and months. And I'll just show you, because I'm really excited. Oh, it's actually kind of anticlimactic on the inside. But I ordered a a Tunisian crochet hook set. This is by Clover. You guys might know my favorite crochet hooks are the Clover Amour. And one day, I mentioned it, I was doing plant care one day and listening to videos as I was doing my plant care, and I saw a video from Tony from TL Yarn Crafts, and she was talking about her favorite Tunisian crochet sets on Amazon. And this was one of her very top favorite sets. And she said that it cost around $80, I think, on Amazon for a whole set. There's 8 hooks here. I don't know a lot about Tunisian crochet, but there's three different extender connecty thingy dingies that you use with Tunisian crochet, and you can also connect them to each other. And I think she said it was around 80 bucks. And I was like, let me just look on Amazon, and I think it was 55 maybe, or 60. So I ordered it. I'm really excited to dive into the world of Tunisian crochet. I don't exactly have time right now, because I know as soon as I start I'm going to do a million things. But I feel like I got a good deal, and I'm excited. So that's that. So stay tuned. There will be a Tunisian crochet video popping up probably during my winter break. I think that's it. Let me take a sip of my apple juice and think if there was anything else I wanted to tell you guys. No, I think that's it for tonight. I'm glad I got to visit with you guys. It's now almost 10 p.m. and I am waking up at 4 a.m. I'm also going to try to edit this video tonight for you guys and post it so you see it tomorrow morning. Do you want to see my medal one last time? Thanks for hanging with me, guys. I just wanted to reconnect. I needed a break. I ran, I recovered, an election happened, I mourned, I'm trying to recover. But I've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes, so I just needed an easy, chatty, chill video. So I don't know if this counts as crochet and chill since I didn't crochet. I thought I was going to work on this guy, but I didn't. So comment below if you think I should name videos something else, if they're chatty, vloggy style. I know sometimes when people subscribe to YouTubers, they want to know like what they're getting with each video. And I think that's fair, but I like to do these chatty ones every once in a while, but I might not always be crocheting in them, so I don't know if crochet and chill is appropriate. Anyway, doesn't matter. That's all. I hope you guys are doing really well, and here's the thing. Given what's happened in the United States over the last couple of weeks, I'm sure a lot of people are super, super happy with the results, and I know a lot of people are super, super not happy with the results. And either way, we have, in this community, we have all of these things that connect us. What's the expression? There's so much more that we have in common than the things that separate us. I don't know. It's a tough time. For some, it's a happy time. For others, if it's a happy time for you, congratulations are in order. If it's not a happy time for you, yeah, you're not alone, and there's a lot of uncertainty, I guess, which is scary. But again, not alone, right? So I'm going to end it at that. And I hope everyone is doing as well as they possibly can. If you are in the United States, we are creeping quickly up on Thanksgiving. It's soon going to be time for me to start planning out my Thanksgiving meal, which is my favorite meal of the year. I love to cook, so maybe I'll make a video about that process. To the Canadian friends, did you guys already have Thanksgiving? If you didn't, it's right around this time. You may have already had Thanksgiving. And then it's going to be Christmas season. Andrew's already watching Hallmark Christmas movies. Not my favorite thing. I'm a spooky season person, and I definitely didn't get enough time to watch enough scary movies this spooky season. I told him we should alternate, and like one day we watch a scary movie and the next day we watch a Christmas movie. he wasn't buying that one, so I'll just have to watch them by myself. But anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well, and thank you for watching, and thanks for listening, and thanks for being part of the community. And I really did miss chatting with you guys, and I read every single comment. I actually get an email notification on my phone every single time somebody comments. I could disable that, but I haven't. And I look at every single comment. Don't always get a chance to respond, but I see them and I appreciate it. So let's move the conversation down to the comment section. Chat about what's up. What are you guys up to? How you doing? How you feeling? In a political climate like we're in, or we just finished being in, let's keep it friendly. My YouTube channel is a dictatorship, and I'm the dictator. So anything that's not nice, I will delete and block. But it's okay for people to say they're feeling happy and they're feeling sad and whatever they're feeling. And if you don't care about politics, that's cool too, because I'd actually rather talk about yarn or plants or food or whatever. So I'm going to leave you guys. Thanks for hanging with me tonight. And until next time, take care, guys.